Hey guys, what is up? Welcome back to my channel. Coming to you live from Yap City as usual.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
Let me tell you something.
We don't care.
Let's talk about SmackDown tonight. What a damn show. Not gonna lie, this was not my favorite SmackDown ever, but I would say it was decent. I was a little surprised though, not gonna lie. There was no Roman Reigns, which I understand. I know he's not on a full-time schedule, but you would think there would be some type of ceremony, if you will. I know he said he would be back on January 25th, I believe the date is, whatever. No Solo Sikoa either, which I do feel like he deserved a little break. We start off SmackDown with Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman is in the house. He walks out, says, "Everyone, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Paul Heyman," and calls out Cody Rhodes. We're all like, what? Why is he calling out Cody Rhodes? So, you know, he goes on about how Roman is the undisputed tribal chief. He got back his Ulafala, and then he advises to Cody Rhodes that he has won the respect of Roman Reigns, which I'm like, where is this going?
Oh my God.
Because he don't like Cody. We all know that Roman doesn't like Cody, but, you know, I'm here to listen to what Paul has to say. And then he advises that Roman Reigns is officially declaring his spot in the Royal Rumble.
God. Oh my God. My Shayla. My Shayla.
Why Roman was not here to tell us himself, because it's been a couple of years since he's been in the Royal Rumble, I don't know, but I kind of figured it was going to happen. You know, I went and double checked because who am I? How am I going to have a SmackDown recap without having my facts straight? So anyways, it's been 4 years since Roman has been in the Royal Rumble. So I do think it would have been a little more special if he would have been the one to give the announcement. But he advises that Roman wants his title back. He got his Ulafala back, and now he wants his title back. And Cody Rhodes earned his respect, like he said. So he wanted to give him a heads up because it's not a prediction. It's a spoiler. He's coming for his title and has full intentions of winning. So with that being said, Cody goes to respond, and KO interrupts, says he has something he wants to talk about. Says that just when he thought that Cody Rhodes couldn't get worse, he goes and he shakes hands with The Rock. Mind you, I didn't really understand why that was happening on Monday either. I understand that, you know, The Rock's not always going to be in final boss mode. Did think it was a little bit weird. It was something. I mean, cool that he gave Cody his flowers. I don't think necessarily, like I said in my last recap from Monday, I don't really think that Cody carried the company on his back. I think that he has been doing a good job, but I don't know if he's carrying the company on his back. Whatever. Then he advises, you know, you shook hands with Paul Heyman, and it's now Cody's fault that Roman wants his undisputed title back. And just as Cody is about to respond to him, here come Tama and Jacob. So we didn't, well, I guess some of us knew, but I didn't know if the Bloodline 2.0 was actually going to be there tonight, because I don't know what is going to happen. None of us know what's going to happen now that Solo is technically no longer the tribal chief. So after that happens, Jimmy Uso comes running out, and then, you know, they almost attack my poor wise man again. I don't even want to talk about it. Moving on, we circle back to backstage, and you can see security trying to fight off Jacob and Tama. LA Knight decides to choose violence. Tama and Jacob get pushed out the back door by LA Knight. Right before that happens, Jacob says, "Do you want to reconsider your life?" Because for real, do you want to reconsider your life? Why would you ever mess with that huge Samoan werewolf? Use your noggin, LA Knight. Anywho, but because LA Knight could not mind his own business when he had the match with Shinsuke Nakamura for the US title, it ended in a DQ because of Tama and Jacob. So I would use this as a perfect example of fuck around and find out. Karma's a bitch. Chelsea Green defends her US title against Mi Chin resulting in a win from Chelsea Green. But of course, she had a little bit of help from her bestie, Piper Niven. We then see Berto and Angel go against Pretty Deadly. They end up with the win, followed by Motor City Machine Guns and A-Town Down Under, which, please, for the love of God, somebody release us from the hold of A-Town Down Under. I don't think there's one person that really enjoys them. And it's really sad, in my opinion, because Austin Theory's such a good wrestler, and I don't mind Grayson Waller by himself either, but together they are so unbearable. It's terrible. Anywho, you know what time it is now? You know what time it is? It's Tiffy time. So Tiffany Stratton comes out to her first entrance as being champ. The crowd roars. She got a pop and announces that it's Tiffy time. She then wants to point out that Nia did not bully her. She befriended Nia because Nia thought she was a dumb blonde and fooled her and said, "Who's the dumb one now?" Nia, of course, comes out, has a response to that to rebuke the statements made against her, says it's time for her to give her title back. Followed by Bayley, who almost sounds like a heel, has a little ding-dong in there saying that she didn't expect Tiffy to be that smart to do that. And then Bianca and Naomi follow behind her short after, which ends up being in a fatal four-way, which I was not expecting. This was definitely a surprise, but a fatal four-way match to become the #1 contender to face Tiffy for her title, which ended in a surprise. Now, I am all for uplifting all of the women on the roster, but I do have to say this. The winner of this match was Bayley, and I don't understand why. And it's nothing against Bayley because I don't dislike her as a wrestler, but in my opinion, there's really not a reason that she needed to win this match, because we have seen her and Nia wrestle a bunch of times. Now we're going to see her and Tiffy wrestle, but she had her moment at WrestleMania. She had a decent title run, but it's not like this big suspenseful, oh, we're waiting for her to get her title back. No, everybody wants Naomi to win that title. So majority of the IWC, it's pretty much split down the middle from what I've read. Half of everybody wants Io Sky to win, the other half wants Naomi to win. I am Team Naomi, but it just feels like that they keep doing her wrong and putting her in these contender up or in these title matches, and she loses every time. So I don't know if this is a heel turn in the making or what they're doing, but Triple H, I'm looking at you. Do better by my girl. Stop treating Naomi like this. Thank you very much. Right before the main event, we see tensions between Carmelo Hayes and Jimmy. And as Melo's talking his smack, saying that he's aligned with Solo, Jimmy says, "What you're saying again?" Melo says, Melo don't miss. And Jimmy says, "Well, that's funny because you could build a house with the amount of bricks you have for missing." And I was like, ooh. I think that would be a good feud, though. I'm not going to lie. I think that would be a really good feud. They both are killer on the mic. I would like to see that. I hope something comes out of it. I really hope something comes out of it, because that would give Jimmy a chance to have like a single, like the start of a singles run. And Melo, they haven't really been doing right by him either. I mean, I don't think anyone really understood the whole Braun Strowman thing. So I definitely think Jimmy and Melo, they're around the same size. Well, obviously Jimmy, I think, is a little bit bigger, but they would be good for each other to wrestle. And I think that's exactly what both of them need right now. So hopefully we will see something come out of it. Moving on to the main event, Jacob with the fucking quote of the year. I know it is only like the second week of January, but the quote of the year for me starts talking about how Bloodline 2.0 is better than the regular Bloodline, comes from Jimmy, and then says, "Cody Rhodes, wake your ass up. This ain't Elm Street because your nightmare is here." They need to let that man get on the mic more. Actually, let me just say, they need to let that man be unleashed, because he is going, I'm telling you, he is going to be the new face of the company. I do not care. You can come back to this video in 2 years from now, and I promise you that he will be almost, if not as big as Roman Reigns. I don't care. he has it all. He has the look, he has the strength, he has the charisma, he can talk on the mic. He is just the full package, and it almost feels like that they've been kind of like holding back a little bit. I don't know if it's because of the bloodline story and what was going on, but I'm telling you, come back to this video in a year or two and I will be right. You can thank me in advance. But then Cody and Jimmy come out. The match was a pretty good match. Surprise, surprise, KO ends up coming out, which essentially costs Jimmy and Cody the match, because as Jimmy is getting the beat down in the ring, which I'm sick of seeing Jimmy get pinned, because it seems like in every match that he's in, he's the one that takes the pin. But anywho, as Jimmy's getting the SmackDown in the middle of the ring from Tama and Jacob, Cody is getting a can of whoop ass from Kevin Owens on the sidelines, and then right as Jimmy's getting pinned, Cody finally like spears him back off of whatever side table they're on. I don't know what the agenda is against both Jimmy and Naomi, but I'm gonna need everybody to get it together. Anywho, then we find out that Tribal Chief 2.0 Solo Sikoa will be back next week. So I think it'll be very interesting to hear what he has to say, because I actually have no idea what's going to happen. I have no idea what's going to happen with the Bloodline 2.0. At first, I thought that Jacob was probably going to be the first to turn, but as he always does in his match with Jimmy and Cody, he did his whole "I love you, Solo," but
I love you, Solo.
But he did do it the first time around when he came out to interrupt Paul Heyman and Cody speaking. So I've been seeing across the internet, people are like, oh, that's the sign that it's going to happen. I don't know. I don't know. But I think it will be interesting to find out. So overall, probably give this SmackDown like a 6.5. Maybe a 7 if I'm being generous, just because, I don't know. It was 3 hours. I'm not really a fan of the SmackDown being 3 hours. I think that Raw is better with 3 hours, especially now that it's on Netflix. But overall, decent show. We will see Solo Sikoa next week. We will see Roman Reigns in a couple of weeks. Thank you for stopping by my channel. I have chapstick on my sleeve, and I don't even know. I need to actually start looking a little more put together, but it is 2:57 a.m. at night, so I'm gonna go to bed, and I'll catch you on the flip side. Peace. Bye.